You know, we all like helping others, but if you're like me and the tables are turned, it can be hard to actually ask for help, even when you could really use a hand. And then there's those times when I really want to turn down help, but feel really awkward doing so. I don't want to hurt my friends' feelings, and I know they're just trying to look out for me, but I tell you, I really can do much more than they think I can. My name is Douglas Walker, and I've been living with vision loss for quite a few years now. Yeah, it's probably safe to say that we all could use a little guidance on how to be our own best advocate when asking for and turning down help. So let's jump right in and check out some really useful strategies. One of the first things to do is to figure out exactly what kind of help you need. And you can start by asking yourself these three questions. What am I able to do by myself? What do I want to try to do by myself? And what do I actually need some help with? Keep in mind that if you're in the beginning stages of vision loss, you may not even be aware of what you may need until you're in a certain situation. But that's part of the process. And as you learn new skills, the answers to those three questions will slowly change over time. Now, once you decide what you might need help with, make a list of friends or family you could ask, and then take it a step further by trying to match what you need with your comfort level with each person, as well as their strengths for what you might need. For instance, your friend who works at a hair salon is the perfect person to ask for help with your hair needs. Of course, you'll just need to work around their schedule. And don't expect others to be able to read your mind. Speak up. Most people will be happy to help, and sometimes they're just waiting to be asked. Now, you may need to show them exactly what you need. Try to be specific and state things as clearly and simply as possible. For instance, you've got a friend that's good at organizing. Just say, hey, you're so great at organizing things. Could you give me some tips on organizing my closet? I really want to be able to find my favorite shirts. And when you no longer need any help, it's best to just tell them, thanks, but I believe I can take it from here. Now, an example of this would be asking a friend's help to guide you to a table in a restaurant. You could say something like, this place is pretty dark. Can I take your elbow until we get to our seats? Once we're there, I should be fine. Take advantage of those places that have people who are hired specifically to help you, like maybe an airport or even some grocery stores. And if you know what you need, it doesn't hurt to practice ahead of time. For instance, in a grocery store, you might ask, can you help me find the dairy aisle? Or in a restaurant, if maybe you need a little extra light, you might ask, do you have a seat near a window? And for things like transportation options, find out what services are offered in your community ahead of time. That way you'll have the information you need exactly when you need it. And if you're in a new building, someone at the information desk will be more than happy to help you find the right office, restroom, or maybe the coffee shop. Now, there are times when people want to help too much, and they end up trying to take over. At least that's what it might feel like. But think about how you feel when someone asks you for help. Giving makes us all feel good, especially when someone asks. But it's perfectly fine to just say no thank you, or thanks, but I've got this. And pay attention to your tone. When you say it casually and with confidence, that's usually all you'll need to do. They'll feel good about offering and helping as much as they could, and they'll be assured that you really can take it from here. Also, never underestimate the power of practice. You might want to ask someone to role play with you. The more you practice trying out different styles and words, the easier it will become. And preparing your responses will also keep you from getting caught off guard, especially if you're not used to speaking up. Check out the role-playing handout for even more helpful ideas. Finally, joining a local vision support group will give you a chance to talk about your concerns with others who have been where you are. Finding out what's worked for them and sharing your own experiences can be really empowering. As always, if you need more information and you've got your own tips to share, or maybe you just want to practice with us what to say to others, contact a Hadley Learning expert. Of course, as with anything new, give yourself time, patience, and practice, and you'll get there.